This road to WrestleMania is a bumpy one. Lord knows why WWE needed 2 pay-per-views between Royal Rumble and Mania, but they're on the schedule. At least this Sunday's offering, Elimination Chamber, has an enticing gimmick to focus on. What does Fastlane on the 21st of March have? WWE creative must be dreading that one. Monday's Raw established that Sheamus will enter the WWE title chamber bout last. He won a gauntlet that gives him that luxury, but nobody should be fooled by the booking here. If anything, the Irishman will slip on a banana skin and then set his sights on a singles bout with old mucka, Drew McIntyre. Over on SmackDown, WWE are busily continuing Roman Reigns' domineering control of Friday night affairs. That'll need to change at some point, and there's no better time than this weekend. Why not expose Edge's fence sitting as a ruse designed to take Roman's eye off the ball? It's also important that the company keep several others ticking along before reaching Tampa. This chamber show has the potential to spin a few workers off into new feuds, or reopen recent wounds. Here are we present. WWE Elimination Chamber 2021. 10 things that must happen. Number 1. Bobby Lashley beats Keith Lee. Some won't like this. Keith Lee is the undoubted third wheel in this United States title three-way. He was shoved into the picture seemingly out of nowhere, and he's only there so WWE can hold off on Riddle's revenge bid against Hurt Business Muscle Mountain Bobby Lashley. So, come Chamber, Lee must take the fall. Again, he's literally been placed in the match so neither Riddle nor Lashley need to lose face. This is a bit shitty for Mr. Bask in my glory, but he is where he is on the pecking order right now. Besides, that's Riddle belt to win long-term, not his. If WWE want to protect Lee a little, then don't have him submit to the Bobby's full Nelson hold. Instead, have him take some sort of massive power move that keeps him down for a quick 3 count. Then, everyone can move on towards the real meat of this match. Number 2. Then locks a full Nelson on Riddle. Lashley has been torturing Riddle with his full Nelson for a reason. Eventually, Raw's laid-back babyface is gonna break that hold and gun down Bob's title reign. It's a natural story, and it should work provided WWE don't lean too heavily on forced comedy for the ex-UFC man, but it's too soon to pull the trigger. At Elimination Chamber, Lashley should beat Keith Lee then shred Riddle's upper torso with that deadly submission. As he does that, the announcers can wonder aloud how the reigning US champ could ever be stopped. It's simple, it's logical, it'll be effective. There's no need to deviate from recent events here. WWE can build and build Lashley's insatiable lust for that hold. Then, when the moment is right, Riddle can release an unstoppable volley of resistance that leaves the champ reeling. Hopefully, all going well, that'll come at WrestleMania in Tampa. Number 3. Charlotte Flair costs Lacey Evans. Poor Asuka. She's been pushed into the middle of a storyline shitstorm that looks like a total misstep for her Raw Women's title reign. Being honest, there's a real worry that WWE will pin all their hopes on Lacey Evans versus Charlotte Flair for Mania, delete Asuka from the picture and put that belt on Miss Sassy. Evans' pregnancy announcement on Raw is just the latest sensationalistic ploy from WWE to grab attention, and it probably won't go anywhere. If they even dare to put the title on Lacey and pull the plug on Asuka this close to Tampa, then people won't be happy. Nah, Charlotte has to get one over on her rival here. She should sprint out and cost Evans the match as an outraged Rick looks on from ringside. Also, as a side note, it'd be great if WWE could resist the urge to talk about some 71-year-old dude spilling his seed during the match. Nobody needs that. Number 4. Alexa Bliss traps Randy Orton. Alexa Bliss has become Randy Orton's kryptonite, and she's doing a bang-up job of weaving Bray Wyatt's spooky magic in his absence. On Raw, Little Miss Bliss's distracted Orton and cost him the chance to win that gauntlet. At Elimination Chamber, she should probs do the same thing again. It's the easy play. This is wild, but give it a chance. What if WWE have Bliss possess the pod Randy is housed in? What if she stops ringside officials from being able to open the thing and let Orton get into the title match at all? What if she taunts the Viper with fiery flames that hark back to his pyromania at TLC? It's silly bullshit, yes, but hardly any more ridiculous than Randy setting the Fiend ablaze before Christmas. There's actually no need for Orton to get involved in the chamber match at all. His eyes will be drawn back to some reincarnated Wyatt come WrestleMania anyway. Number 5. Sheamus gets upstaged. Sheamus will enter the chamber match last after winning Raw's gauntlet. No prizes for guessing what's about to happen here, or how WWE will set up a straight one-on-one bout between the prospective title challenger and his old mate Drew McIntyre. It's Claymore kick time. Ideally, McIntyre will be drawn as the first man in the chamber, maybe against someone like AJ Styles, so he has an early heel to contend with. Then, as the thing progresses, he can slowly start to tire as Sheamus licks his lips inside one of the pods. Meanwhile, Randy Orton's drama with Alexa Bliss would unfold to distract from Drew's efforts. Finally, Sheamus would enter and go right for McIntyre. Eventually, when it comes to just that pair, Drew can blast his red-headed antagonist with the Claymore and pick up a win that sends Sheamus into a rage. Then, WWE can set about the task of getting these guys to Mania. Number 6. Sami Zayn starts the SmackDown chamber. This just makes sense. Sami Zayn is whinging about everything from card placement to his lack of title opportunities, and almost everything else, on SmackDown every week. He's a stone's throw away from claiming that the Grammys are rigged, or that man didn't walk on the moon, and it's bloody glorious. Basically, he's killing it with this current character. Come Sunday, he should be the first man out for the Universal title contendership match, then whine until he's hoarse about how WWE are going overboard to hold him down. Why not? It'd be a simple way to further his gimmick. Maybe Sami Zayn could even start handcuffing himself to the outer cage too and refuse to enter before a babyface like Daniel Bryan or Kevin Owens comes out next to force him. In fact, it'd be hilarious to see some interactions between old friends KO and Zayn here. Number 7. Daniel Bryan wins it. Kevin Owens looms over that above graphic like an ominous reminder that WWE may not be done with him versus Roman Reigns. They should be though. It doesn't make much sense that KO is getting another crack at Universal title glory after losing to Roman at Royal Rumble. There's only one potential winner that stands out here, Daniel Bryan. Some fans have been waiting a while for WWE to set up him versus Reigns, and this could be when it happens. The best thing about it is that creative don't need to go all in on a full-blown feud between the pair just yet. They've gotten out, mainly because Dan will be knackered after surviving the chamber. Nobody else seems likely to win or exciting enough to be considered. Cesaro is an outside bet, but his babyface turn needs a little more seasoning, and he's likely feuding with recent returnee Seth Rollins heading into Mania instead. Number 8. Roman Reigns picks off what's left. Picking clean the bones of victims has become a hallmark of Roman Reigns' heel run since returning last summer. His character's arrogance and willingness to do whatever it takes to remain the head of the table has turned him into the most compelling heel in all of pro wrestling. Pissing off some more smart fans along the way sounds like fun. On Sunday, Reigns can walk down the ramp and beat the living crap out of a totally shattered Daniel Bryan post-chamber win. This kind of entitled behavior is exactly what Edge will shout about during their inevitable WrestleMania 37 program. WWE just need to get the chamber out of the way. As aforementioned, they can always come back to Bryan later in the year if necessary. He'd be a great SummerSlam opponent for Roman, for example, and could excuse his chamber loss as fake news. After all, he'd just gone around 45 minutes in the cage before wrestling against a fresh Universal champ. That could be special.
Oh, let me up with a bright smile on now. Put me in the dark, but won't get lost now. To the moonlight, eyes you.